Yeah. My first podcast.
Oh, it's your first podcast?
My first podcast.
Dude, we're taking your podcast virginity right now. I'm so mad because I thought we did to the last guest, but we didn't.
Oh, I've never been on one.
Yeah,
before.
that's my goal, is to take as many podcast virginities as possible. I took Dan's first one, right?
You did, yeah.
Yes, dude, I'm so happy about
It was
it.
really great.
I wasn't salty, but I was salty. I mean, it's not salty. It was just kind of like a letdown because an old friend of mine, she has a Christian podcast telling about testimonies, and I'm like, okay, cool. Could I?
Testimonies or the testament?
Testimonies, like
Oh,
each
okay.
person's testimony and how they found Jesus and what
Oh,
the Lord's
what
done in
one of
their
those?
life. Yeah.
You
And
being a religious person?
I am a religious person. I just keep it on the down low.
Yeah, I
I'm
feel like people get
very-
shit for that nowadays.
We do.
Oh yeah,
A lot
we
of
do.
people do. We do.
Yeah.
A lot of people do. So that's why I'm usually on the down low. But if you start asking me stuff, I'll go into full on preacher mode.
God, yo, we could, yeah, no, that's another podcast. We'll do that another time. No, you know what's really cool is like, I don't know how Dan is with it. Like, I thought religion was lame as shit for the longest time. And like, the older I get, like, I'm just like, some of it's starting to make sense. Dan, you feel like that or no?
It had the opposite effect on me.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get into that.
Well,
That's
yeah,
another
that's-
one, yeah.
I feel
for a
like that's
different
very
Yeah.
normal.
Should this be the religion podcast?
I'm so
No, we're
I'm
messing
so
with it.
dead.
No,
I mean, it happens with a lot of people, but I've just had a whole lot of stuff that's happened recently within the past year that has really reframed my faith in Christ. Even my grandfather was like, whoa, and he went to college for it.
Oh, yeah?
And he goes, you know so much terminology, so much vocabulary.
Oh, I
and
know
everything."
shit. I just know, it's like, whoa, like, I know a few things.
Yeah, but like, kind of the stuff that I was telling you about and some of my gifts that I've been told that I've been anointed with, it's kind of like, whoa, just how did you do that within a year? And it all helps with like the right church, the right people,
Yeah.
and the right timing.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. I think religion has a bad rap for the people that like back in the day used to do it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like I guess like what they call like the mega Christian church, or mega churches.
Oh,
or,
the mega churches.
yeah, stuff like that, or like southern churches, they're like, yeah, you're gay,
Southern
you're going to hell,
Baptists,
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, yeah. So those are our religious thoughts for today.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I will
So anyways,
at least
let's actually
make it
start
one
this thing.
part. It's funny.
Yeah.
My boyfriend says I do that all the time. He goes, it's not a lily conversation if it doesn't pertain to.
All right. Watch us circle back. I'll be like, you're doing it again.
I know.
You're doing it again.
Sorry.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're always on here. So we are artists, as in which we kind of play guitar.
That's cool.
Right? I guess.
I can tell by the.
Yeah, he's better than me, anyways. But no, so you do what? Is it digital animation?
Yes, it's digital animation.
All right. So how'd you get into that?
So for the longest time, I was always artsy, and it stems back from when I was 9 or 10, and my uncle had passed away. We had a lot of family problems, and I just drew a picture. And my mom, I think, still has the picture of me and my cousins just torn apart. And since then, I started drawing all sorts of stuff. I drew characters. I drew Dragon Ball Z, ironically. But I mainly drew, like, personal characters.
You say erotically?
Yeah, ironically.
Oh,
Not
they say
erotically.
bro, I was like, what?
No,
I
said
heard the same thing.
Okay, I was like,
To be fair, my speech is all over the place.
that's fine,
Ironically.
bro. Okay.
And then I drew
Hey, I did too. That was cool. I made
Sonic.
things
And then
in
I
comics.
remembered a friend of mine who was, he was so cool because he was so artistic. Like, he could draw shadow like it was no tomorrow. And I just drew stupid ice creams. So I was like, I want to do that. So I started drawing Sonics for a long time. And then we moved to Kentucky, and that was when I first started drawing. And then my mom was like, okay, is this your whole thing now? And I was like, yeah, kind of. So I took classes. All my classes would end up going astray. I had a full meltdown because I was told I can't just draw cartoons. I have to draw other things, learn other mediums, grow my craft. And then my mom kind of gave up with that. So then I went, and then I just did it in school. So I'm very artsy in everything. I know how to sew, I know how to crochet, and all that stuff. And then I got to fast forward when I moved to South Carolina, and I was 15, and I still liked drawing, and the meltdown was actually South Carolina. I'm a senior in high school. I'm in robotics, which is left field because my mom thought I was going to go into theater because of how artistic I was, but I was like, nah. And when I was in robotics, they helped me do a lot of art stuff. So I did all the art stuff. I drew our logo, I drew our...
You need to draw our logo, by the way.
You know,
just
I will.
put it out there. He needs a band logo, too. Do you guys need a new logo? No.
Oh.
I'll take one.
Yeah, exactly. We'll take it, dude. The Lily edition, dude.
Oh,
What
no.
if you did that? Like, it was so funny. Before, we were talking about like just trying to do all this social media and stuff like that. And I was like, well, what if you end up not doing what you thought you wanted to do? Like, would you be happy with that?
One thing that a part of me, because it's very, I call it my moral compass, my moral thinking.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always had that thought: what if I don't end up doing what I spent so much money on what I wanted to do?
Mm-hmm.
And then at one point I was like, well, I don't know what to do in the art field. Like, it's so, back then too, a lot of artists were like, when everyone heard artists, you're like, oh, you're poor. Oh, you're not making money. Like, the oil paint.
That's true, though.
You don't make money until after you're dead.
Yeah.
Like, so my mom.
We can fake your death.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
We can do that. Make a lot of paintings and fake your death.
Really?
Yeah, like move out to Mexico or something.
I would totally move to Dominican Republic, I'm not gonna lie.
The DR.
Yeah. But my parents were so accepting, and they were like, let's just take this. Let's do this. What's wrong with this?
Mm-hmm.
So I did all sorts of stuff, and then I was in high school, and my media arts teacher, Miss Dennis, I have her Instagram, but I don't remember the name off my back. She pushed me a lot, and she was like, let's do animation for one thing, because it was a media class. It's like, okay. And then I just started drawing, and then I was like, I could do this. And the funny thing is, I really wasn't into it. Like, everyone else around that I knew were like, oh, they were animations nerds. It was their entire life. I had a different life. I just did it for a hobby.
Yeah.
So when I went to college and I got in at SCAD, which was my top school, I was like, I don't know what I want to do. My mom was like, you should do sequential art. Sequential art is basically comic books, illustrations. What I showed you were my storyboards, basically.
Yeah, that was cool stuff.
And I was good at it, but I didn't see a stable job in it because it was so new. Like, okay, well, I'm good at that. But then animation, because everyone was talking about animation, I'm like, okay, that could be a stable job.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I didn't really I wasn't as into it as until I started the classes. And then I would get into it. I'm like, oh, for a full year, my senior year, that's all I did was animate.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got into my animation classes, and I did my senior project, my senior thesis, actually. And I just straight up animated. I don't think it's online. I have to put it on my YouTube. But I animated, like, 30 shots. So technically what a shot is, it's like a second or 2 seconds worth of an animation short.
Mm-hmm.
So out of 5 minutes, for our film, it was 300 shots. I did 11 shots, but I also cleaned more than half the film. Cleaned and colored. So
So what is clean and colored?
So cleaning and coloring.
We had no clue.
I know.
This is Spanish right now, though.
I know.
Yeah.
So cleaning.
But it's cool. It's interesting. I do like it. I have some questions after this.
Okay, cool. So cleanup is basically where you first start animating, you do the storyboards, which is what I showed you, and then you go into the animation, like Toon Boom. I use Toon Boom, and you get your shot, and you start to just rough it out. Like, you just rough the keys. So basically, it's like the biggest parts of my quick thing is a walk cycle. So if you walk, you're gonna walk with your right foot. So you put your right foot, and then you put the left foot up, and that would be one key, and then the other key would be the left foot down and your right foot up. And then you just go into those in-betweens. Oops, sorry.
Come on, bro.
I'm so sorry.
So, like, when you say, like, walking, so, like, you would use the same keys for certain things, and then you could just reuse them whenever you could.
Yeah, so that would be a cycle, and then you draw the in-betweens.
Because I feel like cartoons back in the day used to do kind of the same thing.
They do that, so that's the basic
That's cell
principle.
animation, right?
Yeah, that's cell animation, but now they've changed it into...
I want to be an artist when I was younger. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you can
I want to be a comic book. Nah, I'm good.
I mean, a lot of people are like, you can be.
I want to be something cool every other week, so let's not worry about that.
To be fair, I can't be a comic book artist. I tried making comic books.
Why not?
The format of it hurts my brain
What
because
do you
I don't
mean
know
the
where to
format?
start. So with comic books, what I've realized, and I never took comic book classes. I was just always had like students who did it in my classes. So I just saw what they did, and you have to come up with an entire like blank canvas on what you want to do. And with animation, because I like doing character animation, I just get the characters. I don't have to worry about drawing them. I don't
or like story arc.
Yeah.
And all that,
All I have to do is just animate it. And that's what I loved. Even though I do love making stories. Like the other day I had a weird Last of Us dream, and I just turned it into an entire story.
Last of Us, is that like zombies?
Yes, The Last of Us.
I never saw that.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not a TV person.
Well, it was a video game before it was a TV show.
I'm not a video game person. I'm so weird right now.
I was a bit skeptical on that TV show, I'm not gonna lie. But that's a whole nother rant. But so that would be a cycle. So I'm okay with cycles. I liked doing that. And then I learned more about it. And then cleanup is basically you get those really, really rough sketches.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can, I forgot his name, but there was a very well known out of nine old men.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're called in the animation field, the 9 old men. But those 9 men created animation. A lot of people believe that they came from Disney, but they did come from a Disney and they just branched off.
Mm-hmm.
And they created what is called the 2D animation principles.
Oh.
And that's what a cycle is.
So they're like the old guard. Like they start, okay.
Yes. Okay. And then it's, so one of them, he was on the Beast and you could barely tell it was the Beast.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was just smudged. But one artist had to go in and clean it all up to make it look like the Beast.
Mm.
So, and
the Beast is like the Beauty and the Beast?
Yeah, it's in the Beauty and the Beast. Yeah.
It is Disney.
Yeah, it is Disney. Everything falls back to Disney, which is ironic.
Yeah, they're evil. I'm just playing. You're trying to get a job with them. They're awesome.
I mean, I'm open to just anything.
Yeah.
But so that would be cleanup, and I was super good with that because you get a character sheet and you put it in like where my model I would have my animation, the rough sketch, and then on the other side of the monitor I would have the character sheet so that I would read and connect dots or clean it up if there was lines that were open and you couldn't see it and you had to like zoom in. That was my bot. That was my thing. So I had to make it look all cohesive and functional.
Yeah.
And then coloring I did color blocking. I didn't do like graphics or After Effects and making it look cool because I didn't know that part. I learned it freshman year, forgot about it time I was in senior year because I never used it. But I did color blocking, so that's where you go back and then you get like the main colors of that character sheet, and then you color and fill in it. I keep hitting this.
I didn't say that too big. Just using your hands when you talk. It's fine.
I do.
It's fine.
But you just go in and color that entire thing. Usually the backgrounds will already be done. So that's called layouts. And the layout artists
the background technically doesn't move in some things, right?
It depends. It's funny because if you look back on old cartoons.
I thought I'd be super dumb. I kind of know some shit, bro. I'm kind of smart.
You kind of are smart. But in super old cartoons, like old cartoon animations, you could tell at the moment, like they
like
would
Scooby-Doo and stuff.
Yes, the moment they would go to take an object that it was supposed to move because it would be completely different and rendered differently.
Yeah, like just the color and the way it was. Yeah, I remember that. So, because that shit used to trip me out when I was a kid.
It tripped everyone out because they didn't have it to a science.
You remember watching Scooby-Doo and like they were like different colors and stuff? I'm like, dude, what are they doing? Like they couldn't go back and like. I guess it's part of the charm now if we watch it.
Now it is. Yeah. Now when I look at it, I laugh. But I can't watch a TV show anymore normally.
Oh, I bet.
If it's badly animated, I will critique the crap out of it.
So like, I understand where you're coming from with that. I hit it. Now I'm an idiot. No, so talking about music, I can't enjoy most music because I'm just like, oh, they're doing this, they're doing that, and stuff like. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, that was interesting. I was like, man, I would have done that.
It's so funny too, and that'll ruin it for my mom. Because I would tell Mom, this is what I did in class today, and now
you don't have like another dork to talk to. Like, no, I have Dan. I can go.
At one point, when I first was in college, I didn't have that dork to talk to. My mom was that dork, and then I had friends, and then they would also say, and I'm still friends with half of them. And ironically, for the Avatar position that I was applying for, I sent them the link. No. The Last Airbender, Avatar Studios.
Oh, I was like, what?
That's CGI animation.
So glad you said that. So is that the same or no? Totally different?
They're totally different.
Same thing, just different.
So
different
media. Different
medium.
media, and it's also a completely different ballgame. So CGI and 3D animation are done in Maya. 2D animation is done in Toon, and I'm pretty sure After Effects and Adobe Animate.
All right.
And I think
same thing. So frame rate, does that have anything to do with what you guys do or no? So like, say
my frame rate is like I could tell when a frame rate is bad.
Okay, so
and a part of it also deals with, I'm pretty sure, don't hate me if you guys are animators, and you will. It's been a while since I've been talking about this. I'm not gonna lie, but frame rate also has to do with how it's exported.
Oh, okay. So like, say, I think most like YouTube videos and stuff, right? They're in like 30 frames or more.
Yeah.
So like, you guys have to do that many a second. So basically, like say like in a few more years, like if the frame rate just like that's the standard, it goes like higher. That means you guys have to animate more. Or no?
No, not if you have shortcuts. So there are shortcuts to that.
So you guys
So
are cheaters. Okay, that's fine.
my professor's favorite.
We're into cheating.
Yeah, my professor's favorite thing was if you can
Why are you laughing
do
over
it
it?
easier.
Be professional
It's
over
not
there, bro.
cheating.
Be professional.
He didn't call
I'm
it
trying
cheating.
to,
He
man.
called
You
it.
keep on shooting me those looks.
I can't. You know, I can't even see with the lights right now.
I can't see him either.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because you're like shooting eyeballs near me, but
Yeah.
you're not looking
I
at
see
me at
that.
all.
It's not actually
I know, bro.
seeing you.
I need my fucking infrared goggles to hit you, boy. Hit you with that bazinga. Okay.
Bazinga.
Yeah, I stole that. Yeah.
Thank you, Sheldon.
Oh, dude, don't even get me. I fucking hate Sheldon. I fucking hate him, dude. You know why? Because I'm kind of like him.
My dad's
Oh my god,
I
I
love
bet your
my
dad's
dad.
fucking cool. I hate that. Like, do you know he started a podcast in that show? Did you
Yeah.
ever watch that show?
Yeah, he had a podcast.
Never seen it.
Dude,
You've
he's
never seen it?
I've never
dude.
seen
Big Bang
it.
Theory, dude. He
I
had a
watched
podcast, dude.
all
Fun with
of them.
flags,
Yes.
and it looks just like.
And it
I'm a
had
fucking
his
idiot like that.
girlfriend in it, Amy. I loved Amy.
Dude. Yeah, she was cool.
I loved Amy and Penny and their whole dynamic.
We can't talk about this because if my girlfriend finds out we talked about that show, she thinks
She's
I
like-
still hates the show when I secretly love it. Okay, anyways.
My dad was on that show, and then he got on to Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine 10 times.
Yeah. See, now you lost me. I've only, dude. There's very few TV shows I watch.
You didn't like Brooklyn
I
Nine-Nine?
don't even know what it is. Dude.
Oh my gosh, it's basically the 99 precinct, and I'm pretty sure in New York, and it's basically just like
That's where Brooklyn's at.
It's just Andy Samberg having
Yes.
a fun time.
yes,
Andy
but
Samberg.
yes.
Andy Samberg. Why is that name
SNL.
familiar?
He was in SNL.
Lonely
he was,
Island, the
Oh, Lonely. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the shit, dude.
He's in
I'm
that
on a
show.
boat.
Yes, I love him. And
God damn it, bro.
he ends up falling in love with his partner, who in the first season you're just like, they're gonna end up endgame, but they hate each other. And then their captain is a old black gay man, and he's older. Oh my lord, I love him. My dad and I's favorite episodes are when they do the Halloween heists.
Halloween Heights.
Yes, those are the best.
Halloween episodes on every show is good.
Honestly, yes.
Yeah.
I don't.
Dude, it's almost October. We're gonna have to do that. Just watch, like, fucking. You shut up.
It used to be on Hulu.
I saw that with the light. I saw that.
It used to be on Hulu, and then they ended the season, I think, a couple years ago, which, in my opinion, was just starting to pick up again, because you know how old TV shows are, they kind of like drag, but it was just starting to pick up back up again, and then he took it off. And I went, that sucks.
Yeah.
So I don't know where you can find it now. I think you can find it on like Prime, but you know how Prime is. Anyway,
Anyways,
so 3D
back to the real
animation
stuff.
is done in Maya, and that also deals with geometry. Excuse me.
Yeah, so it's a
And
whole different
it's a
field.
whole different ball game, and ironically is one of my 2D animation classes where I met all of my old friends, all of my old college friends. My professor was a 3D animator, and he didn't know how to teach the 2D animators, so he would just go along with our projects, and we'd be like, okay, we're doing our thing, and then we'd go to a separate, because this was back when we had to do all of our classes on Zoom. So he would put us, all the 2D animators, in its own little classroom, and then all the 3D animators
How old
would
are
be
you
with him.
again?
I'm 23.
Oh, okay, so that makes sense then. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I went into SCAD 2019, left the following winter, and stayed
So
in my room.
when you say like they don't know how to do like 2D,
So they are not taught 2D principles.
so is that like just because it's like
So 2D principles.
it's not like it's like an old school thing? People don't really do that anymore.
No, they do,
Mhm.
but they're just not taught that because they're in a whole different ballgame.
Oh, okay.
Which is funny. One of my favorite professors, he was a 3D animator, but he started off 2D, and he was like, "You can change to 3D, but 3D animators cannot change to 2D because the whole format to them is different." And Maya is so easy. Like, I kind of know it because I know 2D principles. I'm like, okay, cool, I do this, and I have like
You
most
just
of my
add one
friends.
more.
Yeah,
More D.
yeah, that's true. Most of my friends, they did 2D, 3D, so they taught me how to do it. So I'm like, okay, cool, thanks. And then going back now, I'm like, you're right. So then I told them, like, I would show them what they're, and they just can't draw. I loved my old friends, and then I'm not saying any hate to any 3D artists,
We're sending hate.
but 2D artists tend to draw better because we all draw it by hand. And
Yeah,
we draw
well, that
every
makes
second
sense.
by hand.
Yeah.
3D animators, they have a model that they can just move. They move around, or they add fabrics to, or like, it's a whole different thing.
Fabrics.
Yeah, fabrics to like hair. So you know, like in
Fabrics is for like texture.
Yeah, textured fabric.
Man, what, dude? I could work for Pixar. God damn, bro.
Yeah, so like on one model there'd be like 13 different people working on it.
Yeah.
So like for Sully, there was just one person in it, Monsters Inc. just did all of his hairs. All of them.
It's a lot of hair.
In every scene, yeah.
Yeah. So is that what you want to do, stuff like that, or not? So you'd be more in the realm of like what, like
just sitting in my little corner.
like Rocko's Modern Life and stuff like that?
Yeah, or like, have you seen Vox Machina on Amazon Prime?
What the hell?
Never mind.
No, say it again.
Vox Machina.
Is that like an anime?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's like,
oh, I was about to say, yeah. You
or
can get
like
into
all
anime.
the
Why
Warner
don't you do that
Brothers,
stuff?
like all the Warner Brothers superhero movies.
What's your favorite anime?
Are you about to open this wormhole?
You guys are gonna like hate on me, but I am so picky
I'm hating
with
on
my.
Dan right now.
I'm so picky with my anime. I don't like hardly any. The one that I'm currently in right now is My Happy Marriage because it was a manga. When I was younger, the only animes that I watched was Inuyasha, Dragon Ball Z, and Naruto.
So like the Cartoon Network ones.
Yeah, the Cartoon Network.
Those are the gateway ones.
See, but I never really got into it. Like, my old friends were like, hey, you should go and watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I didn't even make 1 second into it. I went, no, I can't stand this art style.
Nobody should start with that.
What is it?
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Is
that the one with the wish? No, that's Kiki. That's a movie.
Well, then my brother, who's also into it, he was like, no, they gave you the wrong one. So then he was like, you should watch My Hero Academia. My cousin watches that. And I just can't. I just don't like it. I mean, I'm not saying
really
that I wouldn't
fan.
animate it.
I've tried to get an anime. I can't.
It's just, but it's funny because I draw it. I would be more into like Nickelodeon cartoons like SpongeBob or like the new DuckTales, not new, but DuckTales, like that type of animation is what I would do. That was the only show that I did not tear up after and during college. Was like this animation because it's puppeted animation. And I didn't realize that. So is Star vs. the Forces of Evil, my favorite show too. I hated that last season. I did not tear up those shows. I was like, this is beautiful. You move so great. Your frame rate's great. Your
Dude, most people look at shows and don't even think about that.
No, which is funny because when we're in school, we're taught that they do look like that. They do look at that.
Do you ever look at something and like just watch it for the story, or you can't do that
with
anymore?
this one, with My Happy Marriage, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been so far, not disconnected, but disconnected from that creative field with those creative people.
Mm-hmm.
Like all of my friends, like we say it now too, because they were texting me about like the Avatar thing. They were telling me about that, and they helped me with the layout. Like they gave me draw-overs. That has been the most recent. I've been in the creative with other space, with other artists, other avenues since I graduated in June of last year.
Last year.
And it's definitely a toll on me. I'm not going to lie. I miss having that one person with me. So like with my senior project, I had a friend and I loved them to death. And it was funny. We started the year, because we started our senior project the summer prior. So by the end of the year when I graduated, I had to have a full senior project done. So we started it I'm pretty sure June of 2021.
So you had to do it all over
We had
Zoom?
to do it all. We did it all over Zoom, and that was when they were transitioning us to in person. And then we were in person. So at that point, we got to in person. I would be right next to our producer, which is funny because they didn't do producing stuff like our lead animator did. I always thought it was interesting how my producer, lead animator, and director, they all switched at one point, but they never really said that they switched. So like the producer became our lead animator animator became the producer, and the director ended up becoming the producer too. But they had different people in different fields on one thing. So we had like 5 animators, all 5 of us could animate, and then we had 2 color artists and layout artists and sequential artists. And then we had the one director, and I couldn't ever tell what her major was, and she told me it like 13 times.
She's a major boss, that's what she is.
She was awesome. I loved her. And she said she loved me too, because they would always pick on me.
Why do you say it like that? She said.
She said she loved me too, because she would pick on me too. Like she'd notice things that I would say.
Shit.
Yeah, but she didn't do it in a rude manner. It was awesome. But the producer and we got super close, because every time we would work on stuff, I would always end up in the seat next to her, them. And then we ended up, whenever we would go meet up on Saturdays to work on it, me and him would always be together. So we would always just work with each other. I would always have someone with me.
Mm-hmm.
And then when at nights, I would have my other friends with me. So like I always had someone with me. And then of course in classes, you were always next to a student.
Yeah.
So you always became friends with that seatmate because they would see stuff that you can't see. I remember one time I didn't scare him, but he definitely was like, "Who are you?" I was so tired, so lost in 5 different projects at that point. I was like, Judas, no, just Judas, like consistently. Mm-hmm. And I was so tired. It was finals week. I had 5 different projects. I had done a storyboard with 300 hand-drawn paintings. We had...
You hand-drawn? You hand-drawn?
My hand-drawn.
Wow.
Yeah.
On top of all the other shit?
And then on top of cleaning up 13 shots. Mm-hmm. And then pretty sure it was another animation that I was doing. So each class, I had a 2-hour class. So I had 3 classes 1 quarter. And I had a 2-hour class. And they would give us different projects each week. And it was a 10-week program. So...
You did all this in 10 weeks?
Yeah, I did all that stuff in 10 weeks.
Jesus
My senior project was the only one that was a full year.
Wow.
That's a lot of shit. It is a lot, but I liked it.
I'm so glad I didn't go to school.
But to be fair, I loved it. Like, I'm sitting here, and even my friends I used to talk to were like, it's fall, and we're not at school, and we kind of miss it. Like, the big world, bad world is horrible. Like, not horrible, but we're like, it's horrible. Because I just miss being in my little dorm or in my little room.
Yeah. And
just animating and just going to class and being with my professors. I loved my professors. There was only one professor I didn't like.
So it's like, my bad, not to cut you off. No. Like, so is the whole school, like, everything you did was just about art and stuff?
For me, it was just about art. Yeah. My school had...
You didn't have, like regular classes and stuff like that?
No, I took regular classes when I was in my senior year of high school. They had a Rising Star program where they had...
What's that?
It's called...
Was it for smart kids?
No, it was a program if you didn't feel like you get caught up or you got accepted, you could take the class for half the price and it would already count as college credit.
Oh.
And SCAD, that class that my mom paid for a full senior year, each class was $2,000. For a regular class, and I'm so grateful that my dad's military GI Bill paid for it.
Yeah, thank God.
Each class
Dan,
was $6,000.
Yeah, I actually went to art school too, but it was for culinary arts.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so cool. You never had culinary arts.
I never knew this.
All I remember is my buildings were next to fashion design.
I should say I didn't finish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like you.
I started working in the field and I hated it. I love cooking.
That's what's scary. I'm thinking
goodness.
Bringing that up.
I'm not ready for that.
That's what I would want to know. Do you think that you might, like, once you start, like, say if you do get a job, like a nice, like, maybe even like prestigious job, do you think you might, like, not like it? Like, hate it?
So it was funny because my professor, my sequential art professor, I loved him. And he goes, it depends on who you work for. He worked in a professional manner where he had to wear suit and ties, couldn't stand it. He works for TV shows and movies now, and they're just regular jeans and that's it. Yeah. So like I don't know.
I don't know. Wearing a suit would be kind of cool. You look good in a suit. You wouldn't obviously want to make you wear a suit.
I mean, I kind of want to be that person to wear a suit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But
I want to get a Scarface suit. You know, like white, pink, like.
You could pull it off.
Yeah, I know. Who made this shit, man? Me, bro. I love. I need to watch Scarface again, dude. That's who I want to dress up for his Halloween.
Oh, I got my Halloween costume.
We're doing that for the Halloween special?
Dude, I think every episode we're going to dress up for Halloween.
Oh my goodness, I loved it when people did that.
Every episode we're going to dress up for Halloween? Or every Halloween we're going to dress up for an episode?
No, every episode this month.
Oh, okay, alright.
Next month. Where we at? Yeah, we got another week.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
Yeah.
I love when people do
that. But I think after like 2 costumes, it's just going to be like a mask. Like, fuck this. Yeah, I'm really upset, dude. I was Rick from Rick and Morty, like last year, and I was like, oh sweet, dude, I have the lab coat and everything. I'm like, I can wear this for like 3 years, and then it got canceled. I don't even know. Yeah, didn't we talk about that? Look it up now.
I couldn't. I can't watch Rick and Morty.
Why not? What's wrong with Rick and Morty? Talk to me.
The green thing on his face,
I don't even know
makes
what
me
that
gag.
is, bro.
Makes me gag.
supposed to
I
be,
also
like,
don't like
leather?
their humor.
Oh, I love their humor.
See,
I'm also weird as shit.
But no, it's funny because I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
And
Isn't that totally different humor?
Yeah. It's like stupid humor.
Yeah, so he got canceled. I could have sworn it was for like talking to underage girls or something. Dan's looking up right now. You gotta let me know, bro. Because I think didn't we fight about this?
Give me a moment.
Didn't The Rock
Let me
get canceled?
for what?
I don't know.
I was gonna say never mind. I was gonna say shooting a laser at Maui, but never mind.
No, that's what I think it was.
No, well, you know, dude, you've heard. Are you a conspiracy theorist?
No.
Okay, well, I'm a bit of a
But
aficionado.
Sergio told me that's conspiracy.
Yes, no. So there's some government project where they tested a laser. That's what they say, and they tested them. To me, that's dumb.
That is dumb.
Yeah, come on. We
Why would
can
you
do
do it to
better.
Maui?
We can do better on that.
I have an answer for you.
Okay, so what happened to Rick and Morty's guy?
So in 2020, he was charged with felony domestic battery and false imprisonment stemming from an incident with a woman he was dating.
Okay, well, at least it wasn't child's.
You know, he just beat the shit out of a woman, I guess.
Yeah.
That's not.
I mean, that's bad.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
But
That's
like,
not any better.
yeah, but I mean, it's better. It wasn't a little kid.
You're speaking to a woman.
I know. But
My heart
you
goes
act
to
like
both.
you act
My
like
heart
I don't
goes
want
to
neither
both.
to happen.
That's true.
Come on.
Neither should happen.
Yeah.
Either those people are.
But
Very
say-
good save, CLA. Very
Yeah.
good.
Good save, bro.
Yeah.
Not getting canceled today, bro. Yeah, you like it? Yeah. That's the camera, by the way. You can just...
I have been looking at you the entire time. I completely forgot.
I do a little bit of both. It doesn't matter.
I mean, I should start doing it if I want to do my own thing, like on
Yeah.
Twitch or something like that. I should start looking at a camera.
So if you do your own thing on Twitch, like, what, can you animate on Twitch? Do
Yeah,
people
I
do
want to
that?
animate on Twitch. Yeah, people do that all the time.
Oh,
People
for real?
draw. Yeah, people draw. People
So
do
I'm
live
not into
chat.
I'm not into Twitch. Like I thought it was just video.
Well, a
games
lot
stuff.
of people say it's super hard to get into right now, which is why I put it on.
Isn't there a thing? Is it Twitch and like Kick? They're like having a battle right now.
Yeah, they've been having a battle for a
Yeah.
while. That's also why I haven't done it much either. I would mainly just start doing it on YouTube though. But a lot of people, you could do speed paints, you could do life draws where
What's a
you
speed paint? Just like.
so you
as
record
fast as you
someone,
can.
yeah. So
Is it like a speed run?
yeah, a speed
for
paint. So a speed paint is basically, you know how we have the camera right here.
Yeah.
Well, excuse me.
Bro, you're a professional podcaster now. You burped on the thing, bro.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. I do it too. I do it all the
I
time.
burp all the time. It's
It's
funny.
all good.
So a speed paint is when you take a video and you have it on time lapse, and then
Yeah. So like it's like a.
and then you have music play
yeah,
over it. And all
I
that
get what you mean. That's cool. Why don't you do those?
I'm starting to I recorded my
Mhm.
first video
But so
yesterday.
you said just do it on Twitch. Why can't you just do it on YouTube or just
I'll do
even
it.
like Instagram or whatever? Well,
So,
that's a fast
Instagram-
time.
Instagram.
That's fine.
A lot of people have said you should do Instagram Live. I'm like, what am I gonna do live? I can't look at you and then do this and do that. So
Damn, dude.
There's a lot of people on Twitch that do it live. They just kind of draw requests and
Yeah.
interact with the chat.
So I was thinking about doing that, and then I was thinking about doing it on YouTube because my YouTube doesn't have a lot of traction. I think I have like 2 followers, and I had one follower for the longest time.
I'm telling you right now. Well, I followed you. What's up? Me and Dan were having the same conversation before you came about trying to get traction on any of the platforms.
Yeah, like I don't.
And it's
have
like,
any
which
traction.
one do you start out
A
with?
lot of people, and then I took a college class about it. They made me do.
There's college classes on social media.
For my school. I had to have. That
Bro,
was one of
we
the
need to
requirements.
take. That's the only college course we need to take.
That was one of the
Social media.
requirements, and we had to have our own presence, media presence. So my website is cohesive with my Instagram, in case you haven't.
Mine's a link tree. That's about as good
And
as I got.
and LinkedIn has to be the same thing.
Oh, you have
and then
LinkedIn?
I have a LinkedIn. I have an art station because the professor, she was the only one of the professors that I kind of didn't really care for. But so mainly because she wanted so many different avenues and she wanted so many different things, and everyone in the class was just animation. So like, how many different cards of animations, logos of animations you can make? You could, but like at that point, like this isn't my field. I'm just animating. All I want to do is just give me the character, sit in my car, or not car, sit in my desk, and I'll be good.
Just sit in your car. It's fine.
I mean, I could.
Yeah.
I've done it before. When I was coming down and I was in a school project, I legitimately animated in the car for 5 hours while my brother drove.
So, we talked about Twitch and stuff. Are there actually like any like
And Patreon. I'm getting stuff ready for my Patreon because
That's kind of cool.
A lot of people.
I want to do Patreon, but we're not big enough yet.
I'm not big enough either, my dude. I'm not big enough either. Like you saw.
We're gonna charge like 99 cents.
Yes. So I actually have all the different tiers planned out. So like I have 4 tiers. The first tier is going to be $1. The 5th tier is going to be $5. The 3rd tier is going to be $10. And which my people might go by. The 5th tier will be $15 because I have a degree. And a lot of people are like, you need to use that degree.
So, like, would the Patreon just be like, for what? Like
for art, for all, so the different.
No,
tiers.
like, would it be like what would the last one $50 say?
The $15 would include.
Oh, I think you said 50. I was like,
no,
what would that
I
include?
wouldn't do that. I would start. That would be my starting stuff. I'm not that big yet. My 15 would be Patreon, Discord, private requests, all of like the different comic books or stories that I'm doing. Will all be all of like those younger tiers combined.
Okay. So, like, what I want to know is, because I have no clue. I know, like, in my realm, like, obviously there's, like, famous people, right? So they're, like, illustrators.
I
couldn't name one.
There
right?
are famous
You could,
animators,
right?
Yeah.
But, like, is there someone you could look up to where you can go, well, I can reach that, right? And it's not even, like the cream of the crop. I'm talking about something where you'd be, like, proud of.
I don't talk to him as much anymore, but I wanted to be a professor. I would love to be my professor, my favorite professor in school.
Oh, so you want to get back into
I want to go back into school. So I want to go, and what my plan is, hopefully, I want to get some experience in my actual field. That way I'm teaching what I used in the field.
Yeah.
Because there are teachers who never animated in the field before, professors, and they're teaching you the wrong stuff, essentially. Yeah. Like, and all of my favorite professors actually went on a lot of projects. I felt bad. I mean, I felt bad. He had passed away from the leukemia. He did Brother Bear, Lilo and Stitch, Mulan. What was the other one? And
he did Mulan?
Yeah, he was in Mulan. He animated Mushu.
Bro, that's my favorite movie, bro.
He animated Mushu. He animated The Smoke. And he was a Christian, and I didn't realize it. He was a Christian, so in one of like the smokes, you can see a cross.
Oh, I thought they put a Mickey Mouse head.
No.
Isn't that a thing? Like every movie.
Yeah, hidden Mickey. Yeah, nowadays, but for him, it was a hidden cross. And I was like, wow.
So, what are your thoughts on Disney right now? Like, they talk about Disney being.
I don't want to get you canceled.
I don't care.
I think they're full of shit. And
Why
I
do you
think
think
what they're trying to push on people who don't really want it in their face is absolutely stupid.
Oh.
They're pushing everything. They're checking all of those boxes.
So do you think they're doing it for a reason, or do you think that they're doing it out of trying to stay afloat?
They're doing it out of trying to stay afloat. At first, they wanted to be woke. They wanted to be on everyone's side, and now they're just doing it to stay afloat. Like, did you hear that they finally might have been canceling the Snow White movie? The live action one that's not even Snow White. It's a Hispanic girl.
I heard about that. I didn't think that was dumb.
Who can't. She doesn't like the old
movie.
You
know what we're talking about?
She hates the old movie, and she talks trash about the old movie.
You talking about like the different ethnicities of?
I guess, yeah. Is that what it was?
Yeah. Well, it's also just her going on and trashing the original timeless movie, and I love. But I'm also looking at it from an animator's perspective.
Yeah, there's a different perspective you have. Yeah.
So I'm looking at it.
I'm pretty sure
a lot of these
people
who put their lives in it, who put their effort into it, you're just going to remake a live action movie and you're going to make it horrible. I never watched the live.
Well, we don't know it's horrible yet. It might be good. Was the mermaid good? I heard it did well. I don't know.
Did not see it.
I didn't see it. I'm not going to see it.
I refuse to watch it.
Like, I'm not going to go see Barbie. You know what I mean?
Don't bother.
Actually, it's an amazing movie.
It was?
Really?
I didn't know it was like.
Really?
I thought it was a kid movie.
I didn't like it.
No, it's actually a really grown up movie.
Oh, see, I didn't know.
It's very grown up.
I didn't know. I totally. It was out of sight.
I'm like the 1% who did not like that movie.
No, there's a lot of criticisms against that movie.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah. I don't really care.
I knew it was gonna be overhyped.
It's usually a bunch of dudes that hate it.
Yes, the Manosphere. Fuck them.
Fuck the Manosphere.
Which is funny. Oh, that
Fuck
makes
them Sigmas. Is that what it? I have no clue about that shit.
The movie. That is hilarious after watching the
movie.
But
that's just like, I don't know.
So
I
look at it from like an animator's perspective of all of the older people, the original people, like all of my professors who put their heart into it.
Mm-hmm.
And back then they didn't have fast software. They drew everything by hand.
Yeah.
If it was a 3-hour movie, they, I'm pretty sure, threw 30,000 frames. So it takes 72 frames per second, typically. And if you want to add like smears. If you want to add smears, basically like a lot of people will do it. Like they'll post memes about like all like the different. If you see like Aladdin, his face is off, or if you see like multiple different hands in one frame, that's a smear frame to help the animator not draw as much, and also to get that fast motion.
Oh.
Which I think
you lost me for a second, but then
I know.
You brought it back. You brought it
when
back.
I brought it back. But it's just funny when I look at people like, oh my goodness, you just found a smear frame, or you just found like a stretch or something. But they didn't have that. They didn't have like if you messed up on a drawing, you can't just go hit control and go back. You had to painstakingly redraw it. And a lot of people who painstakingly painted all of those beautiful layouts. And you're doing it in a live action film, you're changing what the old story was, or you're changing what the old meaning of them was, and I don't like that.
I get that.
And that's also why I didn't watch The Little Mermaid, I won't be watching the new Snow White, because she's like, it's not about a girl who waits for her prince to save her. It's about a girl who's empowered. And I'm kind of tired of being empowered, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a woman. I'm grateful for being where I'm at, but I'm kind of tired of empowerment. Women empowerment.
I guess. I don't know. I'm not a woman, so I don't know where. I don't know where you stand on that.
But it's just kind of like re-changing old stories, and they could be done very well, but they weren't. Like Lion King.
Lion King was cool. I liked it. I'm sorry. Or was it Aladdin? I don't know.
Aladdin was good. Aladdin was good.
That was Will Smith.
Will Smith, even though
before the slap.
I still looked at it. He didn't look like Will Smith half the time.
Yeah.
He looked like a screen random dude. I'm not gonna lie.
He did good. I felt like he was trying to do like the Robin Williams. He wasn't trying
very good.
Like he did a good in between. Like he wasn't
very
he didn't.
Good. I loved.
He respected that.
I loved Arabian Nights.
That part.
And then Beauty and the Beast, I didn't really care for. But I didn't watch.
Half the shit, so.
But I haven't seen half of it either. Like the new Pinocchio.
I'm on the other side. Like I like the Star Wars, the Marvel and stuff. But
Star Wars, I love Star Wars.
So I actually have here.
And the Clone Wars.
We can go there.
Clone Wars.
Well, duh, everyone knows Clone Wars. So we're talking about, you say that there's a woke agenda and stuff like that. So what do you think about like Ahsoka? Have you watched that?
I've not watched Ahsoka.
Okay, because a lot of people I've seen like online are shitting on it, like, oh, this is a woman character and stuff like that. You've watched the Clone Wars.
I loved Ahsoka's story.
Yeah, and it's like 50.
Because he made her the most hated character on purpose. So when her arc came, it was the best. It was top tier to Zuko's in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah, I guess.
Yes.
Ahsoka's awesome. But anyway, it's like, you get what I mean? Like, if, like, they say woke agenda or whatever, but that story was made.
It was already made. It wasn't really woke.
Yeah.
They're just retelling it. Yeah. And I have seen...
but you get me. But that is a Disney thing. I don't really think they're doing it. I think there's more outrage of people that are trying to see. Like, people are trying to call wolf right now, I feel like. There's nothing.
I can see that.
You get what I mean? Like,
yeah, I can see it.
So, like, I don't really see it on, like, have you watched, so you haven't watched any of the Ahsoka stuff?
No.
Alright. I'm not really giving spoilers.
The Mandalorian.
Oh, the Mandalorian was good.
I love the Mandalorian.
So
I hated what they did to him with Bo-Katan, though.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, what was it? Have you guys, I don't know if you guys know, like, they talk about, this is totally off, I'm going left field, guys, I'm sorry. But, Dan, I think you and me talked about this last podcast we did. You remember, I said that, like, civilization might be way older.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right? So, no, stop laughing, okay? Yo, so, like, that's, like, straight, like, crazy conspiracy theory and stuff, right? So in this storyline, they're going to a time before, Like they are doing those same tropes.
So they're doing the I forgot what it was called because the old person I knew was super nerdy. Am I hitting that?
Yeah, you can.
As somebody that's on episode 3, that's a spoiler.
No, because they all talked about it in episode 1.
No.
Yes, they did.
No.
Yes, they did. I hate you. Love you, bro. Yeah, it wasn't a spoiler. No, but anyway, so like they're using stuff that like right now, like so.
If it's used correctly in a very good sense, I can buy it.
But like no, but the thing is like I don't even think people are even realizing that. You know what I mean? Like so like because like the same people that would say civilization is so old are also ones that are against the woke agenda, right?
True.
So it's like, are they really playing both sides? And like some of the the story
It depends on the director.
Yeah,
Depends on the director. And now that the CEO who was pushing all of this stuff, she's gone.
Who's the CEO?
I forgot her name. She jumped ship. She jumped ship.
For all of Disney?
Ooh, not all of Disney. I broke it. Jesus. It wasn't all of Disney because I might not have all the knowledge. I'm gonna reface this.
Bro, you gonna Google this for us? CEO gone.
Well,
let us know.
So
Disney.
the CEO currently right now is Bob Chapek, but then he has different people on the chair committees who are for different things within the parks, within the company. So they have the park CEO, they have the movie and industry CEO, they have all this other stuff. And I know the movie and industry one, she left. Right? Or no?
Let us know.
The simple search shows that all I'm seeing is
Bob Chapek?
Yeah, Bob.
Not Babe Chapek. Iger. Bob Chapek was he was last year. He was terrible, but it was Iger. But it's different chairmen, it's different branches. So Bob Iger is the top of everything. He's the actual CEO, but then they have others underneath him that I don't know why they call them CEOs, but she was on top of like the movie ones. And she said she wouldn't greenlight a lot of it if it didn't have a lot of the quote unquote like ethnicities, if it didn't have a diversity, if it didn't have gay rights, if it didn't have any of this, she wouldn't greenlight it.
But I think that's a lot of stuff now. I think
it is a lot of stuff now.
Even like the Emmys are like that, or the Grammys.
Oh, I didn't watch that. See,
no. I'm talking like I don't think you can get a nomination without them.
Yeah.
So. Which I don't know. I heard. I'm trying to remember because I listened to too many podcasts. But someone said, "Do you know what Hollywood like? Why Hollywood happened?" So the story behind Hollywood, I guess, like in New Jersey, was like pre-Hollywood, and there are so many rules.
Yeah.
That there was no freedom of expression. Yeah. So then they went out to Hollywood, and then now it's become this. Yep. But that was literally 100 years ago, like 1920s, right? It was. So if anything,
I do that. I heard that. I learned that from something. I can't tell if it was. Oh,
it
was the
I
Love
Lucy.
Me. No, it was the I Love Lucy show.
Oh.
They did a history of I Love Lucy.
And they talked about it in there?
Yeah, they actually talked about
But really,
that.
so like...
And they talked about they were actually married in real life, and they were only married for like 10 years.
Babalu. Bro, I haven't watched that in forever. I've never seen it in color. I've only seen black and white.
See, I never really watched it. My mom did, so she was like...
That was Nick at Night, dude. I turned that shit off, dude. If it wasn't
I watched Perry Mason, which is funny.
Who's Perry Mason?
Oh my gosh, my grandma watched
Some
Perry
old
Mason.
shit, dude?
Yes, he's an old detective.
You didn't watch The Wonder Years?
Is that the one with the family?
Yeah, they had a family, for sure.
And like the two banged in the movie?
What?
No, that's the Brady Bunch.
You're losing me.
No, the Brady Bunch. Remember in the movie they shared the room and they did like they had the room divider was like a sheet like that or whatever. And man, you guys look it up. It's real. Look it up, Dan. It's real.
I'm still trying to find this exec that left.
That left the executive.
Well, they left.
Yeah, the only thing I can
Not
see is
real
Bob Chapek left.
Well,
it's all good, bro.
He left a while ago.
Daniel's just starting this. He's Daniel's son. That's what I call him now. Yeah, like from like Karate Kid.
I'm dead.
Yeah, I call him Daniel's son. You think I'm not making that up. It's in my phone.
It's okay if you can't find it.
Yeah. Dude, look at this shit. See, Daniel's son. And look, that's Ralph Macchio for his picture. That's you, bro. You're Daniel's son.
I love that. Thank you.
Yeah, man. You can't pick your nickname. You know that, right? So I had to pick it.
You remember in high school I had like 40 different nicknames.
Yeah,
I have
but like
40
they were
different
lame.
names.
This is the coolest one you've gotten so far.
Daniel's son.
Daniel's son, bro.
That's probably my first nickname.
You know,
my dad gave me that nickname when that movie came
no.
out. Yeah.
No.
He would
Yo,
always
shout out
go,
to Pops, dude. He's awesome, dude.
That's cool.
yeah,
Great minds think alike.
My favorite
Love you,
nickname when I
Pops.
was younger was when I was in high school. I think my
Is your dad gonna watch
mentor-
this?
Nope.
Is your mom gonna watch this?
I don't know if I tell her that I was on a podcast. Michael
Yeah.
wants to watch it. He goes,
Yeah.
"Where is this? Is it live?" And I don't know.
You know, I want to actually do them live, but I don't think people are down for that.
Mm.
I don't care. Are you down for it? Oh no, he's just, hey, we got 10 minutes. That's what it is.
10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm totally down for a live party.
Wow.
Yeah, when we do that.
We're gonna have
Dude.
Twitch chat going wild.
Yeah.
Dude, I know. I really want to start doing that.
Throw some Kappa Rosses in the chat.
Yeah, exactly. What is it? What? Kappa Rocks?
It's an old emote on Twitch.
See, I'm not a Twitch guy. I want to be a Twitch guy.
I can convert you.
Okay.
We got off topic, didn't we?
Like 100 times. That's the
Yeah.
point of a podcast.
I know. I love
Are you
that.
into podcasts or no?
See, you asked me that, and I it depends on the podcast. I have
Yeah.
not really found one that I've been into. Like my friend's podcast that I started watching. I watched a few of them.
Your friend has a podcast?
The one that does the testimonies and all that stuff.
Oh.
And then a lot of people.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. My
More of the people in my small group.
That
do
was
podcasts.
like an hour ago.
I know they were.
Yeah.
But I thought about it.
I would go on a Christian podcast and be like, yo, tell me about God, bro.
Really? That'd be
Yeah,
fun.
I'm actually very interested in religion.
That's called church.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
you could go somewhere else. It doesn't just have to go.
But the
to
podcast
church.
seems cooler. It's like throwing, I don't. It's like throwing a Ferrari badge on religion. Like it's a podcast. Like yeah, that's dope as shit.
A lot of Christians do podcasts.
Yeah, I know.
I think it was cool.
I don't really watch them, but no.
No.
You know, I watch a lot of stuff. Like I watch like a lot of like Muslims and stuff like that. Rabbis talk, and it's just cool to like just listen to that stuff. It's really weird, and a lot of that stuff like it's all this. They all talk the same shit, which is crazy because like I thought like they all fight, right? Like I thought like people didn't like each other.
A podcast?
No, like religious figures.
Oh, religious
like,
figures? No.
Yeah, like Muslims and
No.
Jews and stuff like that.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't feel like.
I've heard people say that
Well, that's what you.
with
the
them
media-
each other. Yeah,
That's what kind of what the media is.
well,
Also
that's fake news.
coming now.
This is the truth.
This is the truth. But
It's
it also
not
just
really the
depends on the
truth, guys.
person too. Like
Yeah.
I would never openly tell a gay person I don't agree with you, I don't love you, I don't like you. Like I would never openly tell that.
Yeah. No, I just tell Daniel that. I don't agree with you.
I had gay friends all the time.
You need to start your own TikTok without your band. Without your band.
Without your band?
I mean, I love your band, but I don't agree with your band. Give me your 2
I
cents,
feel like
bro.
I might have like ruined my
Give me
chances
3
for
cents,
actually
bro.
getting a job if anyone like, hey, you're on this podcast and they hear some of the stuff I say like Disney.
It's all good. Don't worry.
But like they also have
You're gonna be our animator.
Oh
Oh, that'd be
nice.
dope.
Pay me.
Yeah. I want to do like a whole podcast where someone like
Pay me.
just draws it out.
See, I would
Yeah.
love to do that.
Yeah. Well, I will pay you when I make a cent off this.
Nice. Cool.
I'm kind of net negative right now.
You know, I'm net negative right now, and my computer crashed, so then I stopped.
But no, this is stuff you have to, you know that, like, this is stuff we have to do. Like, we have to talk to people that are kind of, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
we're all in the
like
trenches right
networking.
now. Yeah,
Networking.
exactly.
Like my friends right now can't. Like it's so hard to find a job in the animation field. That's why I'm at Walmart.
Any
All
of
of
them,
my friends-
any of them around here, bring them on.
No, all of my friends are in California and one's in Texas.
Man, I'm about to start doing the Zooms, bro. I'm going to start doing the Zoom podcast.
I would love to do that.
I don't know.
To Zoom.
Shout out to Zoom, yeah.
Honestly, Zoom was a big part of my college career.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Did you buy stock in Zoom?
No,
Yeah.
I never did stock.
I was going to buy stock in Zoom.
I
but
didn't-
tanked.
My mom bought stock in medicine when it all came out, and she was like,
Yeah. Dude, my mom got Moderna stock at $20.
"Wow,
Then it went to 600. Wow. Then it went back down. She lost money. Well, she says it lost money. I think it's still sitting at like 200, bro. She's still like, I'm like, dude, sell the shit.
I know, right?"
Yeah.
My mom's like, "I."
You ever
keep-
get into that? We're going all over the
My
place now.
parents did it. My parents
Yeah.
did, but I didn't do it.
I was a stock trader for a while. That was pretty fun. And then I lost like $20,000.
I didn't want. I didn't see the point.
True story. We'll talk about that one time.
We'll talk about that later.
There's a reason for it. I'll give you my take on it.
Okay.
Any more questions for me? Any more art questions for me?
I think that's it.
I feel like
I
I'm
don't
kind of
know.
like stuck. Oh, I didn't actually really tell you my answer your question about if I feel like I would be a great fit for it if I actually got in the field.
Yeah.
It depends on if I'm in the field. Like, I wanted to be a professor. Like, that's my main goal. And
Yeah.
a lot of people were like, hey, let's do this and do that. And my professor, he still did projects on the side. He still worked in the industry while
I think the side job thing might be the best thing in the world.
So, like, yeah.
I think, yeah, it's like there's security and having like a big company and stuff, but like I don't want to work for a big company ever anymore in my life. If I don't have like if this works or something else in this realm works, I'd rather do that.
I was trying to get TikTok to work, and it's.
Well, everyone's doing that. Everyone's trying to get TikTok.
I know, like that's the thing. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna be.
I mean, but the thing is, like, if you're serious about like trying to grow on TikTok, like we were talking, like we have to post every day.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah. I wish you would have heard what we were talking about earlier.
Man, I was so late.
Don't worry. After the podcast, I'm gonna tell you the ideas.
Oh wow.
But other than that, I think we're good. Dan, you got anything? What was that?
I'm just looking over your blank ass face, man.
I was waiting, bro.
No, I don't have any more questions or
All
anything.
right, Lily, you have any questions for us?
Um,
This is the Lily podcast right now.
Lily podcast.
Why don't you start a podcast?
See.
You know what's really funny is I'm trying to get so many people to start podcasts just so I can go on there.
Called the Lily Cast.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
No,
Lily and the Boys.
Lily and the Boys.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, we should change the logo just for this episode. Lily and the Boys.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious.
She can draw it.
I would
Yeah,
draw
you
it.
can draw the logo.
I would go home and draw it right now.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
We'll change the social media for a day.
Oh,
while we post
nice.
it.
Whole day, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then every time your birthday comes around, it'll just be Lily and the Boys.
Oh, I love that. That's so cool.
Oh,
We
man.
eventually get like huge, right? And
Yeah.
then people are just like looking for the lore of what is this fucking Lily and the Boys
What is
thing?
this shit?
I was
dude?
on one of their first.
God damn it, they went woke. Like, God damn it. No, it's not even that, bro. Stop.